It's up to you. Choose to collect in-store or have it delivered to your door. Whatever you want, however you want it, you choose. Lookers. A good deal. Better. Visit lookers.co.uk.
As the biggest teams in Europe go head-to-head this summer, talkSPORT and Carling have come together to make sure the UK is match-ready for the big games. From expert pub pundits to on-the-sofa supporters, get your mates together anywhere and enjoy all the unbeatable football action.
Super entertainment. It is game on!
Make sure you're well on side and listen to Euro Game Day live on talkSPORT with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
On 1089 and 1053 medium wave, on DAB, online and on your smart speaker. Official broadcast of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany. talkSPORT. talkSPORT.
Morning all, it is Max Rush and Charlie Baker with you until 1 on the game day warm-up, and it's a show where you plan a show looking back on Germany hammering Scotland, looking ahead to England tomorrow and the rest of the games in the Euros, and then you're sort of blindsided by news. We knew Kevin Campbell wasn't well, and a lot of us here, on air, but also like behind the glass, lots of the team have worked with him and know him, and really gutted that, to hear the news that he's died at the age of 54. We'd love to hear from Arsenal fans and Everton fans, West Brom fans, and who want to pay tribute to him. Like this is sort of what you're here for. If we can do justice to him in the next couple of hours, we absolutely will. The phone number is 03717 223344. Jay says, I scored lots of goals pretending to be Kevin Campbell in the street. That's sort of the ultimate praise for a footballer, isn't it? Toots Boots said, I don't think people realise how much Super Kev means to Everton fans. He single-handedly saved the club when he came in. He would walk down Goodison Road and be bombarded with love before any Everton game, a man of the people and a proper legend. If you want to pay your respects, you absolutely can. 03717 223344. You can send us a WhatsApp voice note or WhatsApp us on 03717 223344. Text 81089. My Twitter is at Max Rush and at Baker's tweet as well for Charlie. It's 4 minutes past 11. We're a little bit late, but here's the sport and the news headlines with Tom Clayton.
Thank you. Good morning. As you've been hearing, the former Arsenal and Everton striker and talkSPORT's friend and colleague Kevin Campbell has died at age 54. His former teammate Perry Groves told us he was a special man.
Most of us, 99% of us have character defects. Super Kev didn't have one.
He was a title winner with Arsenal, a captain at Everton and a relegation survival hero at West Brom.
The cheers have gone around the Hawthorns. The news has come through. Brian Robson's baggies are staying in the Barclays Premiership.
We'll continue to pay tribute to Super Kev throughout the day. Some more sad news to bring you that Millwall goalkeeper Matija Sarkic has died at age just 26. Reports in Montenegro suggest he was taken ill but sadly passed this morning. Here's talkSPORT's Alex Crook.
I'd like to pay tribute to Matija Sarkic's family and Millwall and all his previous clubs, and everybody who knew him. 26 years of age is tragically young, and this is a really sad story coming out of Montenegro.
Again, we'll continue to pay tribute to him throughout the afternoon as well. Elsewhere today, Andy Robertson says Scotland paid too much respect to Germany in their Euros opener, puts them on the back foot for the rest of the group stage. Only a handful of players managed to go under par on day 2 of the US Open at Pinehurst in North Carolina. Ludwig Aberg holds the lead at 5 under, Rory McIlroy's 2 back on 3 under, and talkSPORT's Ali McCoist has been awarded an OBE in the King's birthday honours. Mark Cavendish has been awarded a knighthood.
talkSPORT News.
Princess Kate has made her first outing since her cancer diagnosis earlier this year, and Labour's Liz Kendall has ruled out putting capital gains tax on people's main homes. I'll have more at 5:30.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Keep summer journeys safe. Visit your local centre or quickfit.com to book your tyres, MOTs and servicing so you can drive away happy every time.
Blustery showers and a few long spells of rain, sunny in places, but there is a risk of thunder.
talkSPORT, official broadcast partner of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
Can you believe it?
24 Mannschaften, 10 Austragungsorte, 51 Spiele.
What a moment!
Euro Game Day warm-up with Max Rushton and Charlie Baker
On talkSPORT.
Game on.
Morning all, you are listening to Game Day Warm Up on talkSPORT. Max Rushton. Charlie Baker here until 1. Vern in Sutton and Ashford says, so gutted to hear about Kevin Campbell, such an intelligent, lovely man, proper player, play with heart, and God bless him. Jim in Solihull says, really sad news on Kevin Campbell. Please also give a mention to Matthias Sarkic, the young Millwall keeper. Came through the Villa Academy, seen Villa tweeted about him, and Wolves has as well. He spent some time there, also sadly passed away. Everton fan here, says Neil, I'm absolutely gutted, in tears, apart from a great footballer who kept us up. He had time for everyone, so gutted. Paul is an Everton fan, and he has called 03717 223344. Hey Paul. Hello Paul.
Hi mate, you okay?
Yeah.
To hear about Kevin, I'm devastated.
Yeah.
I had a personal connection with Kevin. It was a one-off 24 years ago. Got invited to a meet and greet at Goodison, and at the time we were called the Premiership Graveyard. So we got to go up and meet all the players. There was Gaza, Mark Hughes, Abel Xavier, Kevin. And what happened was, we went round, we got to meet everybody. And I remember thanking Kevin, you know, for saving what he'd done. And we had a little laugh and that. And then at the end, we went downstairs to have the entertainment and the meal. And most of the players had gone. But Mark Hughes, Kevin, Gazette, Walter Smith come down, and at the time, my partner Michelle was having our youngest child, our Molly, and she had a big bum. She never had long to go, and Kevin made a beeline. He come over and he said, "Oh God," he goes, joking, he said, "Is the baby kicking?" So me, Michelle, and Kevin had a photo taken where he's just got a hand on a bum, and he chatted to us. Michelle gave him a big hug. She was in awe, you know, with this big, handsome superstar. I'm surprised we're still together, actually. But he sat there, and, you know, he was there a good 20 minutes, and he was genuinely interested. He was asking us, because we just bought our first new home, and he was asking us, and he was genuinely, I was there to talk about the football, but he just chatted about things. And, you know, he was just, I can't even explain. And then at the end, we had another photo with him and Walter Smith. And, you know, he gave Michelle another hug, gave me a hug, and then shook me out, and then signed a couple of things, just signed like our invitation. And then I'll never ever forget that day. And we always talk about it. And the youngest daughter now, Molly, she's not long turned 23. We always say Kevin Campbell was the first one to touch you on the head in your mum's belly and laugh about it. But yeah, and we followed him even when he moved from Everton, because we felt like we had that connection. But God bless you, Kevin Campbell. Honest to God, mate, I'm really sad that you've gone. Especially having that personal experience in media. Yeah. And you know what? If anything happens, let's not bring them when the Euros to in memory of Kevin Campbell, because he was a battler, and if everyone showed what he showed, we'd have the World Cup now. But honest, God bless you, Kevin Campbell.
Thank you, Paul.
Thanks for letting me speak.
No, you've done it brilliantly. Thank you so much for your call. We appreciate it.
Do you know what, Max? Sorry, I know we're going to take some more callers. Paul makes really
All right,
point.
take care.
Thanks a
Bye.
lot, Paul. Thanks. Paul makes a great point there, which is you felt when a lot of ex-pro footballers and pro footballers, when you meet them, they want to talk about football. If you don't talk about football, they're not actually that interested in you. You know. Whereas with Kevin, you felt validated. He wanted to meet you as a human being. And I think that was what gave you that validation from him.
Totally interesting and interested. You know, two key things that we should all be. Bob is a Sunderland fan. Hey, Bob.
Hi, man. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. It's really sad news, isn't it?
What a horrible, horrible day this is. Me and Kevin, we went back 20-odd years. We were really good friends. I was good friends with Fair. And you never meet a more genuine, honest man in your life. He was a beautiful person. When he lived in Wilmslow, he used to live next door to Tomo from Blackburn. He used to talk over the fence like just for fun. He was just so genuine. Tomo had to stand on a box, by the way, because that's what. Just my matter what you did, when you went to the house, they made you feel so welcome. Have this, have that. They were lovely, lovely people. It was my greatest pleasure to meet Kevin and be part of Kevin's family for a while. It was lovely. I've just texted Graham and told Graham you'll probably get a phone call off Graham in a minute.
Graham Sinners,
Yeah.
No, it's totally devastating. You speak so brilliantly, Bob. Thank you, pal. I appreciate it.
Look after yourself. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Ian, the Forest fan, so speaking of talking over the fence, and that sounds like because he was such a generous guy with his time. Kevin Campbell, he was viewing a house near my secondary school in Nottingham. When we were walking home, we popped our heads over the fence, and he said, "Hello, boys. If I'm moving here, we'll have to go down in the park for a kickabout." Absolute legend. Rest in peace.
I suppose if you're quite tall, you'd get seen over a fence quite a lot. So
Kevin Campbell
over a fence.
John's an Everton fan. Hey, John.
Hi, boys. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Sad day.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, players come and go, don't they? It's about hundreds of clubs and hundreds of players, but few of them leave an impression like Kevin did. It was my ex-partner. I was in Wilmslow, and he came in London Bar and Grill, and she phoned me up. She said, "Kevin Campbell's in here. Kevin Campbell's here." So obviously I shot down with some Everton things that I had, and I said, "Oh, give him a bottle of wine and just tell him, you know, we're season ticket holders." And she was so excited. It was as if, like, he was a superstar. He was everything, you know. And we went and just said, "Sorry, could we serve you, Kevin? Could you just, you know?" And he said, "Sit down." He says, "You know, where'd you sit?" And what, you know, and the saying, "We follow home and away," and everything. And he was just such a fantastic person, really. And then as we were talking, Tim Cahill came in, and you know, it's just like the last caller said, unbelievable memories and such sadness. It's like I've lost, you know, a member of my family. I'm absolutely heartbroken, but what a great man and what a great legacy he's left. When I've never heard anybody say a bad word about him. And if you can leave the planet, made an impression like he did on a professional level and on a personal level as well, to be able to, you know, to say that, I don't think you can get any greater accolade. What a wonderful man and a sad day.
Thank you for your words, John.
Rest in peace, Kev.
Yeah, thank you very much, John. Perfectly put, and you're absolutely right. You know, what is the point of all of this if you can't be remembered as being decent and kind? And that was Kevin Campbell. Michelle's an Evertonian as well. Hey, Michelle. Good morning, Michelle.
Hi. I'd just like to say what a gent he was. He was really true gent. I met him. My son started going to the match with me and my dad. I've gone with my dad since I was a kid and started taking my son. Kevin was his favourite player at the time. He was only about 6, 7. And we went for cup tickets and he was with me and seeing the coach. And he wanted to go and meet him. And he said, "Hey, have you got a pen?" And he's like, "No, sorry." I said I wasn't expecting the team coach to be there. So we got out off the coach, went to his car, got posted out, got him to sign everything. And he went, "Come on, mate," and took him back on the coach and got him to all the autographs and everything for him. And he was really lovely. And then the second time with that, and he's finished at Everton. It was years later, and he was still watching Everton and Everton reserves. And he was sitting behind me at an away reserve match. And I just shook his hand and said, "Thanks very much for the goals that you scored to keep us up." I think it was 89, was it 99 season? And he was like, it was good enough, good to me as much as it was to you. You know, like I enjoyed it as much as you did. You know, like, so he was really nice, really true gentleman. So sad.
You know, Michelle, when something like this happens, I always hope that the person knew what people thought about them. But I feel like Kevin gave out so much. He gave out so much. Your story isn't unique. You know, every single story we're getting is he gave me the time of day. He made me feel special. You know, and so I think he probably will have felt that because it would have reflected back to him.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, he didn't have to get off the coach and go, but that memory is made my lad's day. He's 28 now, and I've just got in touch with him, and he said, "Oh, I remember that day." Was it, you know, like, you know, so it's a nice memory to keep, but it's made an impact, you know, like, just he probably hasn't realised that it's made that much of an impact. He's just being himself, but it's memory that other people will treasure, isn't it?
Yeah, and keep them forever. Thanks,
Yeah.
Michelle. Appreciate
Yeah.
your time. Thank you. Michelle, Everton fan there. Keep your calls coming. It's just, you know, it's so sad, but it's so lovely to hear what we all know, that he was just the loveliest guy, right? The phone number is 03717 223344. It's Max Rushton and Charlie Baker on talkSPORT.
Euro Game Day warm-up on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. It's all about the overhead kicks, not overhead costs right now. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
Well, the wait is finally over. And watch this. The fans appear to be playing the free Coral Reward Shaker. Here come the English, still managing to shake under all that weight of expectation. Oh, can you believe it? The free bet is coming home. Play the free Coral Reward Shaker to win guaranteed daily rewards and offers throughout the Euros. Coral, we're here for it.
18 plus UK. Max one reward or offer per player per day. Reward restrictions, requirements and T's and C's apply. Take time to think.
Betfred, we want to support all our customers in keeping their gambling fun.
My nephew bets with his mates and they do their accas and everything together in his WhatsApp group. They all know how much they're betting.
You can all keep an eye on each other that nobody's going silly like that.
Similar to us, but I actually go into a shop and we all spend the same. That's the rule.
Betting socially is just one of the ways that you can gamble safely.
What do you stick to?
5.
5 for each.
Yeah. 25 years I've had that 5.
How do you keep it fun? Gamble safely with Betfred.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save up to £120 per couple. So, escape to sunny favourites like Greece, Portugal and Italy. And get 22 kilograms of baggage included. Book summer now with Jet2 Holidays. Package holidays you can trust. Up to national protected. Subject to availability and conditions.
This Father's Day at Morrison's, get an 18-pack of beer like Carlsberg for £10 and Stella for £12. That's more. Stocking up on Dad's favourites.
Morrison's to shop at Morrison's.
Majority of stores and online, subject to availability, exclude Scotland and Wales. 18 packs, Stella was £18. Max cap applies. See in store and online for details. Ends 18th of June. Please drink responsibly.
At Lookers, you choose from over 30 manufacturers and over 6,000 vehicles online. Choose how you buy. Go completely online or completely in person. Or even a mixture of both. It's up to you. Choose to collect in store or have it delivered direct to your door. New or used, small or grande, we've got something for every taste. Lookers, a good deal, better. Visit lookers.co.uk.
Do you belong here? Next to me, about to jump into the sea on an army co-steering expedition. What's your gut say? Walk away from the edge? Or jump in and join a team that will be by your side for life? Still listening? You belong here. Army, recruiting now. Search Army jobs.
Satisfy your appetite for a truly mouth-watering tournament of football. Euro Game Day Live, delivered by talkSPORT with Burger King. Post-match action doesn't get any tastier than a Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus Burger. The unbeatable partnership of a flame-grilled burger and crispy fries. And every epic winner tastes better with a classic Whopper. Euro Game Day Live, delivered by talkSPORT with Burger King. Total food satisfaction delivered to your door. That's food filming.
Lanes are still closed on the M60 anti-clockwise because of a shed load between junction 22 for Failsworth and 21 for Hollywood, which is causing a delay, and the anti-clockwise exit for junction 21 has also been closed. In Cheshire, it's busy on the M6 southbound, and accidents blocking a lane between junction 19 for Knutsford and junction 18 for Middlewich. And there's still a queue on the eastbound side of the M4 in Berkshire, approaching the closure for the weekend works between junction 12 for Peel and junction 11 for Reading. I'm Michael Page.
Großer Fußball. UEFA Euro 2024, Germany.
And it's gone in!
This afternoon from 5, uninterrupted, on location commentary of Spain versus Croatia.
The Bill Iceball finish!
On talkSPORT.
Back of the net.
Morning all, you are listening to the Game Day Warm-Up on talkSPORT. Max Rushton and Charlie Baker with you until 1. Paying our respects to Kevin Campbell, super careful, who's died at the age of 54, and of course he was brilliant at Arsenal, brilliant at Everton, and like a key part at West Brom as well, wasn't he? Like that great escape. It sort of passed me by that he was part of that. We're going to talk to Curtis Davis in a little while, who played with him. Let's talk to Alistair Jones, who's a West Brom fan, a big part of Action for Albion, huge part of the Independent Supporters Trust there. Hey Alistair, how are you, mate?
Hi, that's right, Charlie. Obviously, gutted. It's a very sad day. Before we go on to talk about Super Kevin, how important he was for Albion, obviously, everyone at Albion and all Albion fans want to pass on sincere condolences to the Millwall goalkeeper's family as well. Such a young age as well. It's a horrible day for football. We've just started a carnival of football for a month, and one day into it, and it brings you down to a bump with how precious life is, doesn't it? It's just a sad day for everyone. But for Kev and for Albion fans, Kev came to Albion and we were a forlorn hope. We were bottom of the league. Obviously, it was well known that nobody who had ever in the history of the Premier League been bottom of the league at Christmas and stayed up. Kev just didn't bring quality on the pitch. He brought absolute brilliance off the pitch, leadership, fight, belief. Albion were a club that didn't believe. We were plucky little Albion, as a friend of mine, Lee, said to me earlier. Kev brought that belief into every member of the football team, and more importantly, every fan that stood on the terraces at that time. We all believed at the time. I remember going to Charlton. Robert Earnshaw scored a hat-trick and we won 4-2. He just brought that absolute belief and willingness and know we were going to do it. And that last day will live long in every Albion fan's memory. We were obviously started the last day of the season, bottom of the league as well, and we still managed to stay up. And I said on a tweet, if it wasn't for Kevin Campbell, one of the greatest stories of the Premier League would remain unwritten, because it wouldn't have happened. Simply put, it wouldn't have happened without Kev, and that's how important he was to Albion. I know that he was probably, in other people's minds, more well known for Everton, Arsenal, and quite rightly in some respects, but for Albion fans, he was hugely important. And as I say, we're all absolutely desperately sad that he's passed away, and sincere condolences to all his family.
Thanks for those words, Alistair. Appreciate it. Alistair Jones there, part of the West Brom Supporters Trust as well. Curtis Davis played with him at West Brom, and joins us. Hey Curtis, how are you, pal?
I'm alright, yeah, a bit shocked, obviously, the fact that the news that Kev was taken ill last week. Not too much around it in terms of what was up with him, but was hoping he'd get better and we'd hear some good news. And unfortunately, I've woken up this morning and it shocked me and rocked me. To be fair, it's a really sad day.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you were a young man when he was when you were at West Brom. What sort of impact did he have on you and on the dressing room?
Well, me personally, I signed after that Great Escape season. The likes of Kev, the Jeff Horsfields and stuff like that. But Kev was just a person that, me going in there as a young kid, wet behind the ears still, and coming from League One, just wanted to just make my announcement on the Premier League, and he came in and he was just amazing with us as young lads. He was amazing with the elder ones. He was amazing with the tea people. He was amazing with the kit men. Just as a person around the whole place, I said I learned so much from him in how to be a proper captain. Captain's not just leading another 10 players out onto the pitch. It's the whole around the building, making sure everyone's looked after, make sure everyone's okay, making sure you're communicating with everyone. He was just, it was his personality. He was a great guy. Anyone that knew him, he was a great person to be around. I'm not quite an introvert, but definitely around Kev, you'd seem like an introvert because he was usually the funniest one in the room, the one that's telling all the stories and the jokes, and yeah, he truly will be missed by a lot of people.
And I guess, sorry Charlie, I guess, within a dressing room, right, it's an alpha environment. Of course he was he's a big personality, but sort of kindness is a kind of underrated, it's not an expected trait in a football dressing room. We don't talk about it a lot, like how kind is this player or not. And he just exuded, every time I saw him, he just exuded that.
If you spent 2 minutes with him, you'd walk away feeling taller.
Yeah.
Yes, and when you've got that quality, and like I say, with all due respect to that West Brom squad, the career that he'd had, you're going in there and
you're in awe of him, you know, what he'd achieved in his career. So the fact that he was the first one, like I say, to speak to the tea people, to go in the canteen and be hugging up the kitchen ladies and stuff like that, that's just the way he was, and that's just him as a person. And honestly, he was just a fantastic guy. And as I said, all of us young lads that were at West Brom at the time, you know, you kind of try and ease your way into a squad, but he just made it so much easier because, with all due respect, when the big dog is in with the young lads, it makes it a bit easier for the rest to fall in line, and he did that with us fantastically. Almost lived through us a few times, to be honest, when we'd have the team out on Broad Street and stuff like that. Yeah. He'd try and live through us young lads, but yeah, he loved every minute, and he was a live wire. You can see his personality, you know, when he goes on TV, still was wearing the dicky bows and stuff like that, and that's the kind of fun that he brings to anyone that's around him.
I was told the Dicky Bows were only on a Thursday. I don't know if that's true or not. Was it?
I don't think I've seen him in a normal tie in ages. I've only ever seen the Dicky Bows. You know, I thought he'd never bought a normal tie. But yeah, he's like I say. But the fact we've been talking about it, talking about Dicky Bows, has just at least put a smile on my face.
Totally. And he would be, you know, I mean, it's all these cliches things to say. How do you know? But you feel he would enjoy the fact that we're talking about his bow ties. Yeah. You know, I think he would. Hey, cheers, Curtis. Thanks for coming on, pal. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Curtis Davies there, who played with Kevin
Campbell. Remember we
interviewed
him once, and we could see him in vision as well. And behind him, he had like he had a wine sort of cellar,
sort of bookshelf
that was half full or half empty. And we were going through the contents of his wine, and he was finding this. He was finding this funny.
Well, everything. Just totally engaging on absolutely everything.
Absolutely interested.
It's Max Rush and Charlie Baker on the Game Day warm-up.
Euro Game Day warm-up on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. It's all about VAR, not VAT right now. Search QuickBooks to find out more. This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 50% more on every England game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick-off. Bet Builder, the 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Recommending beautiful designer radiators at bestheating.com. You'll have happy, warm customers. You also get cold hard cash. Yep, you heard. All you have to do is refer your customers to bestheating.com and we'll give you a percentage of the sale in actual cold hard cash. Plus your customer gets 10% off too, so everyone is a winner. Visit bestheating.com/trade to refer your customers and start making money today.
European Championships. Who do you fancy? Gotta be England. Hey, what you got there? Bet UK got 3 free bets to use across the tournament. Nice. Yeah, I just signed up to Bet UK and I got £30 in free bets when I bet a tenner. Bet UK, love that. You'll pick for Golden Boot though. Oh, come on. Head to Bet UK, bet £10 and get £30 in free bets. Bet UK, it's for the UK bets. New customers only, £10 minimum bet. Minimum odds and T&Cs apply. 18+, please gamble responsibly.
Painting your lounge the perfect shade of off-white. Building a summer house for a delicious slice of serenity. Finally, sorting your plumbing to stop that dreadful noise. It matters. And when it matters, it should be done splendidly. So type your postcode and what you need into trustedtrader.com and find a trusted trader professional who cares about your project as much as you do. When it matters, trust a trader.
Other supermarkets say they're matching Aldi, but were they Good Housekeeping readers' favourite supermarket for 2023?
Can't match this.
How about Quality Food Awards Retailer of the Year 2023?
You can't match this.
Or which cheapest supermarket 3 years running?
You can't match this.
There's only one supermarket where every price is an Aldi price. For more, visit aldi.co.uk/awards.
As the biggest teams in Europe go head-to-head this summer, talkSPORT and Carling have come together to make sure the UK is match-ready for the big games.
Brilliant football!
From expert pub pundits to on-the-sofa supporters, get your mates together anywhere and enjoy all the unbeatable football action.
Super entertainment. It is game on.
Make sure you're well on side and listen to Euro Game Day live on talkSPORT with Carling, the UK's #1 lager. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
talkSPORT News.
We're talking about the Kevin Campbell's incredibly sad news, died at the age of 54. Talking about his dicky boat, just brightening up the room with that. Barry Glendenning's been in touch. So I used to see Kevin's dad out and about in Brixton, always immaculately turned out, always wore a dicky boat. There runs in the family, doesn't it? We're taking your calls, please. Remembering the life of Kevin Campbell, who brightened up the room at talkSPORT a whole lot whenever he was in, and Sky as well, and like anybody who knew him, you could sense that if you never knew him, and you knew him just as a, as an incredibly talented footballer, he was much more than that. And we really appreciate you sort of filling in the life of Kevin Campbell for people who didn't know him. And the phone number is 03717 223344. Let's get the news headlines with Tom Clay.
Thanks, thank you. Good morning. Kevin Campbell has been remembered as a giant of a man after news he's passed away aged 54. Arsenal say he was adored by everyone at the club. Everton say he was an incredible person too. Will continue to pay tribute throughout the rest of the day. Elsewhere today, Liz Kendall has confirmed Labour won't add capital gains tax onto people's main property. This despite Conservative claims that is their plan. And Princess Kate is making her first appearance of the year after her cancer diagnosis. She's appearing alongside the royal family for King Charles' birthday celebrations.
talkSPORT.
More sad news to bring you that Millwall's goalkeeper Matthias Sarkic has died at age just 26. Reports in Montenegro, where he'd been playing international football just last week, suggest he died this morning after being taken ill. I'll have one at midday.
talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2, official broadcaster of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany. Full match commentary of today's games on talkSPORT. Hungary versus Switzerland, kick-off 2 p.m.
Brilliant football.
Spain versus Croatia, kick-off 5 p.m.
How about that?
Italy versus Albania, kick-off 8 p.m.
That is absolutely top draw.
Uninterrupted, full match commentary of every game of the tournament.
What a hit.
UEFA Euro 2024 Germany. Pump up your summer on talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2.
Morning all, it's the Game Day warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rush and Charlie Baker with you until 1. We're reflecting on the life of Kevin Campbell and just hearing from so many people about what a wonderful guy he was, and we know that as well. Dave Johnston is from the Falcon Blues Everton supporters group, joins us now. Hey Dave.
Morning Dave.
Morning guys, you okay?
Yeah, good.
Somber morning to say the least.
Incredibly sad. Look, we've already had people saying, look, he single-handedly kept Everton up that season. He was as we've said so many times, wonderful player, wonderful guy.
That's it. I mean, there's a phrase, isn't it? Don't meet your heroes, and that phrase doesn't mean nothing to Kevin Campbell. Probably the most genuine man I've ever met, an absolute gent, just such a good guy to talk to. He'd take time out for you to do anything, and obviously we'll all talk about his goals and he did save the club, he did, but it's the things after that as well that just make him out to be the person that he is.
Yeah, and he was just so pivotal. Like, he just sort of feels like, that goal as well at Anfield, right? Will never ever be forgotten.
No, of course, but I think the ones that we have to remember are we were in a period where we had 8 games to save ourselves, and quite rightly needed the miracle. And Kevin was that miracle. 9 goals in 8 games, secured us Premier League status once again. I know we've had our trials and tribulations recently, but I think that period when Kevin was brought into the club, that was probably one of our lowest, where we were genuinely, we weren't scoring goals, we weren't winning games. Kevin's come in and done it in the 8 games that we needed, and has written himself into Everton folklore as a Goodison giant, not just a legend, a giant of this club.
I think with Kevin as well is that vitality and energy he had on the pitch. When you meet pros, sometimes after they finish playing, they seem like it's something gone out of them, a little fire's gone out inside them or something like that. With Kevin, it never felt like that. It felt like he managed to take that vitality just into the rest of his life and his retirement.
Absolutely. I mean, he's been a great advocate for social media and how you go about liaising and engaging with the fans. He had his time at Arsenal, at West Brom, and particularly Everton in our case. but he never made out that, oh, I'm an Arsenal fan, I hate Everton, I hate West Brom, or I'm an Everton fan, I don't like Arsenal anymore, and things like that. He was down the line, he was genuine about his support, he listened to your opinions, he gave opinions back, and treated you with the respect. And you don't see that much with players. Like you say, the fire has gone out, but he knew that he could get Evertonians going, he could get Arsenal fans going. He had that aura about him, you know, even when we've just been with him, when he's been at events at our pub in Kirby, he's just been a ray of light, and he's just been like, this is just brilliant to be in his presence because he's just such a genuine fella, and that's what I'll take from it. You know, we've built like a really nice friendship between our Folk and Blues channel and Kevin, so to have that is momentous because you don't often get that with ex-players, and to get that from someone like Kevin, a man who saved the club, and just to be so humble about it it's credit to him.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. We've got so many Everton fans coming on, so I want to try and get through everyone's stories. Dave Johnson there from Falcon Blues Everton supporters group. Ian's an Evertonian as well. Hey Ian, really sad day. How are you, pal?
Yeah, just been a sad day all round, isn't it? I don't know, just a bit gutted this morning when I heard the news, you know. But I met them once, you know. It was about 2014. I was DJing in a club in Liverpool, and I've just gone on, and the lad next to me was doing the lights, and Kevin Campbell's over there. I was like, oh, I'm gutted. You know, because I couldn't get in, the dance floor was shocking, all that shit. Anyway, cut the long story short, 10 minutes later, tap on the shoulder, turns around, with this big smile, you know, this big broad cockney accent, what's happening then, son? And you know what, mate, he's boss, you know, because he ended up ordering a couple of drinks to one of the waitresses who was in the club. And you know, the thing to bear in mind, I was a season ticket holder as well. You know, so when he signed for Everton in '99, I was like 24 then, so that was in, you know, when it's all about football. I mean, I'm 48 now, but then football's everything, isn't it? Yeah. And Everton were gone. Honestly, mate, to kindly get snakes on the as your colleague said earlier, you couldn't remember when it was, but we were gone. We were absolutely, you know, relegated. And after he kept us up that season, we didn't really have a relegation battle until about 3 years ago. So the impact he had on the club and the people, it's just what a man, what a guy, and he just made you feel good. Only met him once. I've got a photo of it, cherish it. Just a sad day, really, you know.
Yeah, perfectly put in, and that's it. You meet someone once, and you remember it forever. Tony's another Evertonian as well. Hey, Tony.
Hello, guys. I'm actually devastated about the news. I can't believe Kevin is gone. Look, guys, first, I want to pay respect to all you guys out there on your station, because you bring some warmth. I mean, I've listened to your show for years now, Chappie, and what I'm thinking now is every club that Kevin Campbell represented, we should all come together. I know the rivalry and so forth and this, that and the other, and remember the man, how he was and so forth. And you guys are amazing. I mean, I'm going to miss his voice on your show when he used to come on and chat, Chappie, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just shocked. 54. You know,
there's no age, is it?
No, guys, but like I'm saying here, it's just that I'm going to miss him. You know, when he's come on with chats with Alan and Ali McCoy's there, do you know what I mean? And he's just come in and chat, and so far, no tears and graces, the man. You know, never criticised any club whatsoever. You know, I mean, you get some pundits, you know, that criticise, you know, and did it go down, sort of blah blah blah, just that. He never had this about him. You know, honestly, I'm so devastated, really, to learn that, because I wanted to introduce red cards for some of the pundits. You know, like like footballers do. You know what I mean? But him, he was a god. You know, he was kind, he was gracious. But you guys, I mean, you got some beautiful stuff to work for you, mate. Honestly, you know, and respect to you all in that remit. But I mean, I'm in tears here, mate. I just can't believe that he's gone.
You've spoken really well, Tony. Thank you, Tony. It's a difficult time. I mean, appreciate all the calls. Actually, Matthew is a Chelsea fan but wants to talk about Kevin Campbell. Hey, Matthew. Hello, Matthew, there? I mean, there's so many texts coming through. We're going to talk to Alan Smith as well. Obviously, played for Arsenal with him for years and years and years. This from Kev, a gunner, just says the smile, the enthusiasm, the bow tie, the goals. Proud to call Kev a gunner as well. Mark from Ipswich says, very sad news. Kevin Campbell was awesome. I've not seen Tony Mowbray have any problems winning headers at Ipswich, but Kevin was the best I've seen in the air. Caused Tony such a problem. Strong, respectful, true professional. Condolences to his family.
Imagine your job being marking Kevin Campbell.
No, thank you. Anthony is a Stoke fan. Hey, Anthony.
Hello, Anthony.
Morning, fellas. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Sad day, of course.
Yeah, I mean, obviously with Matthew Salkic as well, who was at Stoke on loan. I mean, it's not, it's been a dreadful morning. But I mean, I edited a Stoke fanzine back in the day, and I interviewed yourself during COVID, Max, for the magazine, for Doug. We did captain as well, and we did a number of players, Harry Suter and Bojan and whatever. And I mean, he's just a really, really warm, genuine, happy man. And the big thing for me from COVID, I remember the social media hashtag Be Kind. Yeah. Everybody said, oh, once COVID's finished, we're going to be this, we're going to be that. Well, Kevin was, and he was just an absolute diamond of a bloke, and the world is obviously a worse place without him. And I mean, the thing is, Stoke fans will have seen Kevin home and away, following Tyrese, his son, dressed absolutely immaculately, huge smile, had time for everyone, and like you say, you know, if there were more Kevin Campbells around, the world would be a far better place.
Yeah. Perfectly put, Anthony.
Agree.
Thanks, mate. We're still taking your calls because they're coming in. You know, of course, like when we came on air, like I said to Charlie, you know, what did we plan to do? A lot on Scotland, gently hammer Scotland. You know, Scotland fans will wait a couple of weeks and then you can hammer us back when we get knocked out.
They don't want patronising.
No, and you know, look ahead to today's games, and we'll do a bit of that in the next hour. But people want to talk about Kevin Campbell, and like, you know, we are the voice of the fans, right? That's what we're here to do, and so many people just echoing the thoughts that we have here because we all know him. That he's just a wonderful, wonderful bloke, and Kevin Campbell, who's passed away at the age of 54. Alan Smith, of course, Arsenal legend, who played alongside Kevin for many years, will join us in just a second.
Euro Game Day warm-up on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. It's all about the top corner, not the bottom line right now. Search QuickBooks to find out more. This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 50% more on every England game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick-off. Bet Builder, the 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Ready with Arnold Clark's Getaway Gifts. Enjoy one of 3 amazing gifts when you buy a used car. Choose from a £65 Love Holidays voucher, an overnight stay for 2, or a £50 Boots Digital e-gift card. Don't miss out. Get your getaway gift at every Arnold Clark branch in the UK. Find us at arnoldclark.com.
Do you belong here? Next to me on an anti-poaching operation. 2 days drive from anywhere. What's your gut saying? Want to change the radio station?
Worries, will they?
In sport this week.
Or jump in and keep us company? Still listening? You belong here. Army. Recruiting now. Search Army Jobs.
Who are you going for, Royal Ascot?
The favourite? Yeah, the favourite.
The favourite, without a doubt. This Royal Ascot, everyone's going for the free favourite pull-out in the sun. It's jam-packed with top tips and full guides for all the runners and riders. Plus a free £2 in-shop bet with Coral on Tuesday. Get your free favourite pull-out in the sun every day of Royal Ascot. T's and C's apply. 18+ only. BeGambleAware.org.
This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 50% more on every England game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill.
Available day before match to kick off. Bet builders of 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, max stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
Satisfy your appetite for a truly mouth-watering tournament of football. Euro Game Day Live, delivered by talkSPORT with Burger King. Post-match action doesn't get any tastier than a Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus Burger. The unbeatable partnership of a flame-grilled burger and crispy fries. And every epic winner tastes better with a classic Whopper. Euro Game Day Live, delivered by talkSPORT with Burger King. Total food satisfaction delivered to your door. That's food fulfillment.
talkSPORT traffic.
Probably very busy both ways on the M25 between Junction 5, the M26 and Junction 6 for Godstone through the roadworks. It also means that the westbound side of the M26 is queuing to join the M25. It's also queuing both ways on the M25 approaching the roadworks at Junction 10 for the A3. It's building up northbound on the M3 through the roadworks between Junction 3 for Low to Bagshot, Junction 2 for the M25, and it's looking very slow on the northbound side of the M3 in Hampshire, coming from Junction 13 for Eastleigh towards Junction 11 for Winchester South. I'm Michael Page.
talkSPORT. The biggest prize in European football is up for grabs once again.
Oh, yes!
Der Fußball ist fantastic.
Would you believe?
Euro Game Day warm-up with Max Rushton and Charlie Baker on talkSPORT.
Yeah, morning all, it's talkSPORT, Max Rush and Charlie Baker here until 1. On Sky Sports News, they're just showing footage of Kevin Campbell at Anfield in 89 with Merce and with our next guest as well, Alan Smith, on the pitch after that amazing win. It's up for grabs now, and Alan joins us now. Hey, how are you, Alan?
Okay, Max, not too bad, mate.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Appreciate your time. It's never nice to sort of message people and say, look, can you come on and talk about a mate, I presume, and we've heard all show, and we knew him here, right? I talked to everyone knew him here. Just before you get on to what a footballer he was, what a gent, what an absolutely wonderful man he was.
He was, yeah. I mean, he was an extrovert in many ways, I think. Full of life, full of smiles, had such a positive attitude, I felt, to life. Just remember him coming through the ranks in the youth team and then into the senior setup, and everyone immediately loved him. He was one of those infectious characters in the dressing room. He really was. Such a sad day.
Yeah. Was he always like that? Because I never knew him until he finished playing. And look, as you grow up, you mature, you get more confidence. But did he have that as a kid?
Yeah, I mean, I think you get more confident, don't you? When he first came into the first team setup, you kind of keep your head down a little bit. You want to do well, you want to impress, but he made an impression, certainly, because he was such a strong boy. And I always remember when he did come across from the youth team to join in with us, and Tony Adams and Stevie Bold would go, oh no, Kev's coming across, he's going to bully us in his training session today, because he was capable of that, and of course he had that enthusiasm and ambition to make his mark, which he certainly did.
Were you kind of competing for, they don't often play a big man partnership. Did you play together a lot, or was it was you or him?
Yeah, we did. No, we did, Max. I mean, he came of age really in that 1991 season when we won the league, losing just the one game. He didn't start every match, but when he did, I played through the middle with him. And to be honest, you say he's a big man, but he had that speed, and he was a player that did like to lurk on the last line, if you like, and so it did suit me quite well. We'd work on the partnership in training, but it was a fairly natural one.
When you're a fan of one club, it lasts your whole life, and so your whole life is sort of broken up by heroes in many different ways. But when you're a player, Alan, and you're in different squads and different teams, it must go so quickly when you look back at it, and certain people are like bright lights, I suppose.
That's right, yeah. I mean, we always had a joke in the dressing room about, there's no friends in football, we're all ships in the night passing by, and that's what it's like. You go to another club and you think your best mates at one club, you go to another and you don't keep in touch even though you promised to. But Kev, he went off to Trabzonspor, to Turkey, but when he came back and when he finished his career and worked in the media, that's when I began to see him more again at Arsenal matches and different games, and almost kind of rekindle that friendship. and we did have a friendship at Arsenal. Got on really well, as Kev did with all the boys, and I spoke to some of them via WhatsApp this morning, and they're all absolutely gutted.
I was thinking that. Just messaged Merce saying that, you know, I hope you're okay. I was just thinking, you know, if you've got Merce there and Kevin Campbell and Wrighty, if you ever got a word in edgeways up there.
Yeah, no, Kev, he was, he had a loud voice, you know, but not in a brash way. He was just a big smile on his face, and South London boy, you know, they're not normally shy in retiring. We had a few of them down the years, Paul Davis, you know, Wrighty, obviously, David Rocastle. So we had a group of those boys south of the river, and maybe that made it easier for Kev to settle, to be honest with you, looking back on it, and he did settle quickly.
Listen, Alan, thanks so much for coming on.
You,
appreciate your time. I know it's a difficult day for a lot of people.
Right,
Cheers, Alan.
thanks.
Alan Smith there.
They're good, these people, to talk to us, you know, Alan there very early on. This is their colleagues, this is their mates.
Yeah.
You know, and if your friends just died, that's really tough. So to be able to open up like that and tell us about their friend, you know, is really good of them. It really is.
Frank says, for presenters of talkSPORT, dear friends, so sad hearing about Kevin Campbell. Kevin's career really kicked off when he joined Orient on loan when he was 19. Scored some great goals for us, for Orient, which won them promotion. Best loan signing Orient ever made, Frank, in Bethnal Green. Tony's a Chelsea fan, and he's called 03717 223344. Hey, Tony.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, really good. Thanks for coming on. What's your memory of Kev?
Well, I used to be a London taxi driver. I'm retired now. But I was driving down the King's Road one day, and I spotted Kevin Campbell, and the window was open. I said, Kev. He come over, he got in. I said, where are you going? He said, I said, get in, and I'll take you. So when we got there, he said, I was talking about football and all that with him, like Chelsea and all that business. He said, well, I owe you. I said, it's £5 on the clock. I said, leave it. I said, forget it. He said, give us your phone number. So I thought no more of it. Went home a couple of weeks afterwards. I got a phone call, and he said, Kev, it's Kevin Campbell. He said, really? I said, he said, I've laid on tickets. You come and see me at Everton when they play Chelsea in my box. We have a pre-match meal, all on me. You want car park tickets a lot. And I thought, what a diamond. I just believe it. What a nice man he was.
Yeah, what a lovely story.
All these things, I don't know what you feel. He doesn't need to do that, does he, Tony? You know, you've got a nice story out of it anyway. So to go above and beyond like that really shows the mettle of the man.
Oh, the man was a diamond. You know, I said, silly £5. I said, have it on me. He said, give us your phone number. What a diamond.
Yeah, totally. Cheers, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
Brendan's an Everton fan. Hey, Brendan. Yeah, not too bad. No, your line's not amazing, but tell us your story and tell us your thoughts on Kevin. If it's not great, we'll get you back.
Okay, first time I've seen him, I think it's 1988.
I'll tell you what, we'll get Brendan back. There's not, you know, we want to hear your story. We want to do it justice. We want to do Kev justice. So we'll get you back when the line is better. Sarah says, I'm absolutely gutted to hear about our super Kevin Campbell, a total legend of a man and a player. His goals brought elation in the stands in more recent years. It made my day when Kev came on talkSPORT and spoke with so much affection for Everton when we needed it most. Lee is another Evertonian. Hey, Lee.
Oh, mate, okay?
Yeah, not too bad. How you doing?
Yeah, I've just come home from a Delta Talent show this morning. I'm an Everton fan. I'm devastated. I'm absolutely devastated. I'm 41, you know, so I can remember when Kev come in, you know, on loan from Turkey.
Yeah.
And he was, you know, we were in the doldrums and, you know, in big trouble. Nothing much changed really. But you know, we were looking down the barrel of relegation, and you know, he scored them 9 goals in his 8 games, and he kept us up, and you know, we adored him. The fans absolutely loved him, and he loved us back. And he famously, said, I'm a London lad, and I support Arsenal, but I'm in love with Everton. And sorry, guys.
No, that's all right.
I'm upset with a guy I've never met.
Yeah.
But this is how we connected with Kev. I'm devastated, absolutely devastated. I just want to pass my condolences on to Kev's family and obviously his many friends in football as well. So that's just all I want to say. And Rest easy, Kev.
Yeah, you said it perfectly, Lee.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, mate. It's amazing, isn't it? Getting emotional to Lee there. It's funny what sport does. I mean, it's the whole reason we're here, right? But it's funny what it does.
Yeah,
and the power.
Men often aren't great at expressing their emotions, you know. But for some reason, often football gives us that opportunity to be able to express our emotions. And
What a ludicrous thing that someone you don't know who is running around in a different colour shirt, just kicking around thing into a different bit of grass to the other bits of grass can have that effect on someone so many years later. And like you said, you know, with all these things, you sort of, you know, you like to think they would really appreciate listening to the impact that they had on people like that. So a wonderful call from Lee. Terry is a Chelsea fan. Hey, Terry.
Yeah, Terry.
Hello, both of you. I was when it was announced a few weeks ago that Kevin was not very well, I thought, I hope he's okay at that. And when you broke that news this morning, I'm driving back working, I wasn't expecting to ring up. I'm listening to all these tributes. I have a memory of Kevin Campbell. I was at Harvey on the terraces in the 90s. It was 2 up. I think Kevin Campbell, I started the match at come on the start, but he scored the winner. I always remember that. It was 2 up at Highbury. But I'm hearing all these tributes from all these different fans of different clubs. And not a bad word to say. West Brom, Stoke, Orient. I remember, I'm a Chelsea season ago. I remember him being on loan at Orient when he was 19, I'm 55 years of age. I'm a year older than Kev. I remember what class player, amazing player. And I just think about, you know, all these good things that everyone has. The chap just now, getting emotional. I was emotional talking to you. I was almost like that talking to your chap a little while ago, you know. Just amazing man. When he come on, the energy, hearing him talk so positive, that, you know, you feel like you're in the room with him when you hear him on the radio. And in the Chelsea cab driver just now, what a story. I mean, it makes I'm tingling now thinking about what he did. What a lovely touch that Chelsea man, remember that the day he died. I'm sitting in there driving about working, and I'm just thinking, I want to ring up. I want to give my tribute, like all them fans that he played for. What an amazing player.
We appreciate it.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Terry. We'll keep these calls coming. We're going to try in the next hour to look ahead to some of the games in the Euros and you know, talk a bit about last night as well. But we would still like to hear from you, you know, because the game is just a game. It doesn't really matter. You're a Scotland fan, you're a bit annoyed about last night, but it's okay. It'll be okay when England get knocked out in the quarter-final, the semi-final. We'll get furious about it, we'll get upset about it, but it doesn't really matter. Really is what impact can you make when you're on this earth for whatever a short amount of time, and Kevin Campbell made a great impact, and you can tell that from the calls we've had today. It's Max and Charlie here on talkSPORT.
Euro Game Day warm-up on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. Enjoy more of the football with simple, smart accounting software that helps you business differently. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
Get in, you beauty.
However you say it, there are more ways to win this summer with Cadbury FC's home and away wins. Win and meet with a football hero at home and a holiday away to an epic striking destination of your choice. Just grab a participating pack and enter today at homeandaway.cadbury.co.uk for your chance to win. Supply UK and ROI 18 plus. Visit homeandaway.cadbury.co.uk for full T's and C's and price details.
This is a message to anyone who hasn't had their coffee this morning. Guys, we get it, and we've got a deal to help. At Costa, you get a rich, strong, barista-made coffee. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? And an oh-so-flaky all-butter croissant from $4.99 until 11 a.m. So get up and go grab a deal at Costa. Costa Coffee. Price stated in select stores. Exclusions apply. Subject to availability. Full T's and C's at costa.co.uk.
I genuinely think England could do it this Euros. You sit in that back four, not having it. But we did make the final last time. Got the best squad on paper, and Southgate is basically the English Guardiola. It's coming home! It's the Euros, and believe it or not, England are favourites. To celebrate, Paddy Power giving you a completely free bet builder on Serbia v England. Paddy Power. Pretty much online bet builder bets only. Min 4 days plus. Must have previously deposited to avail. Max free bet varies from £1 to £25 per customer. T's and C's apply. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
By the 1053 medium wave. Optical feed. On
online and on your smart speaker. Official broadcast of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany. talkSPORT. Talk Sport.
Good afternoon. You're listening to the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rushton and Charlie Baker with you until 1. We're paying tribute to Kevin Campbell. And just thank you for getting in touch, because without you, this show doesn't work. And to hear the stories that you have of how many people, how many lives that he touched in such a generous way, as Charlie kept saying, just above and beyond. Like, so nice, doing things he doesn't need to do, about how nice he was as a guy. We all knew that, and we're all pretty gutted here today. It's just gone midday. Let's get the sport and the news from Tom Clayton.
Thanks, thank you. Good afternoon. A giant of a man. Just some of the words said about Kevin Campbell after news of his passing, age 54. And the Arsenal title winner and former Everton captain died this morning after a short illness. Curtis Davis played alongside him at West Brom.
He was just amazing with us as young lads. He was amazing with the elder ones. He was amazing with the tea people. He was amazing with the kit men. Just as a person around the whole place, I said I learned so much from him in how to be a proper captain.
In the last few minutes, his older Arsenal teammate Alan Smith has paid this tribute.
An extrovert in many ways, I think. Full of life, full of smiles. Had such a positive attitude, I felt, to life.
Will continue to pay tribute throughout the day, and Millwall have this morning confirmed their goalkeeper Matthias Sarkic has died at the age of just 26. This thought to have happened in Montenegro, where he played for the national team just last week against Belgium. talkSPORT's Alex Crook paid tribute and explains what's been said so far.
The reports were coming out of Montenegro that he was taken ill Friday night into the early hours of Saturday morning. His friends immediately called the emergency services for help, but tragically he passed away around about 6:30 this morning.
talkSPORT will continue to pay tribute to both Matthias Sarkic and Kevin Campbell throughout the day.
talkSPORT News.
Princess Kate has made her first outing since her cancer diagnosis earlier this year, and Labour's Liz Kendall has ruled out putting capital gains tax on people's main homes. I'll have more at 5:30.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. We're focused on the road ahead with over 400 EV trained centres. Find your local EV trained centre at quickfit.com so you can drive away happy every time.
Blustery showers and a few longer spells of rain. It's sunny in places, but there is a risk of thunder.
Euro Game Day warm-up on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. That's how you business differently. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
A Mexican wave. It travels at the speed of a gold medal sprinter. Around the world's biggest grounds in under a minute. And produces enough energy to power a stadium's lights. It's a movement so colossal, it can turn the tide of a game. So next time a wave comes your way, join in. Ladbrokes, bring your wave. 18 plus, take time to think.
Broadcaster of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany.
From the group stage to the final in Berlin.
The delightful finish.
Euro Game Day warm-up with Max Rushton and Charlie Baker on talkSPORT. Trittes!
Good afternoon, it is the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max Rushton and Charlie Baker with you until 1 this afternoon. John says that I'm not a follower of any of Kevin Campbell's clubs, but remember seeing him in a Youth Cup game at Doncaster. Followed his career ever since. Rest easy. We had Kev at Leicester City, says this text. When he was young, what a player. Remember his beaming smile as he did a lap of honour after his loan spell. Standing ovation all around Filbert Street, forever in our hearts, Casey. Innes saying, I didn't know Kevin or support Arsenal or Everton. It's quite upset me this morning hearing the news. Always came across as a fantastic guy.
Jerry here, an Exeter fan. I can always remember we drew Everton in the FA Cup, and for a small team it's an exciting day with a big team coming down. Me and my boy went to the away end and waited for the Everton bus, and most players totally ignored us, but Kevin Campbell gave us the time of day, signed my boy's programme and had a chat, and it's story after story after story of him giving time, of him giving his own vitality and his energy to you, wanting you to be the best person you can possibly be. Really amazing.
Yeah, whenever he came on, I'd always say I'd never forgive him for scoring that header against Cambridge in the quarter-final in 91 at Highbury. I'd forgive you now, Kev. What a player, what a bloke. Look, we are going to keep talking about Kevin Campbell, of course we are, and I'm sure the rest of the day on talkSPORT will be dominated by his life because of the impact that he had. We are going to look ahead to the games and the Euros as well today. Live commentary on all of them on talkSPORT. The world keeps spinning. The football keeps happening. Lars Sivertson, European football expert, joins us now. Hey, Lars.
Hey, Lars.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, good, thanks. So I've got 3 games today. Let's start with Spain-Croatia. I was reading that this game has been in every Euros for the last 4 Euros. And I believe in 2012 it was the same Croatia team that's going to play today, isn't it? Like they're unchanged Croatia.
Still not tired. And still not tired. Just keeps going. No, as does that joke.
Yeah, thank you, Lars.
Footballing gods simply love this fixture. They would like to see it. And like you said, this is really interesting because it's an early look at a Spanish team which hasn't really been mentioned as one of the big candidates to win the Euros. But if you run through the team, there's an awful lot of good players here. As often is the case with Spain the last few years, we've seen them, when we get the bad version of Spain, it kind of descends into almost a parody of the sort of tiki-taka era. You know, the way they went out in Russia, the way they went out in Qatar, being held by inferior teams with just sort of their midfielders playing short passes endlessly. And the discussion is always coming into the tournament, like, no one's doubting the amount of technical quality in this team. We're likely going to see a midfield of we could see Rodri with Pedri and even Fabian Ruiz from PSG, perhaps Mikel Merino or Dani Olmo. Like, these are incredibly gifted players. But will there be more of a forward thrust to it this time around? And that is an interesting thing to watch. We'll see Alvaro Morata up front yet again. That is the thing that's still happening. We talk about traditions. I mean, I feel like every tournament
a miffed Alvaro Morata is the excuse
have we ever? I can't remember being alive at a time where we went into a tournament without discussing whether or not Morata will be able to score the goals for Spain. Like, it's one of those things. It's like very much the sort of stairway to heaven of pre-tournament chat. You know, you have to play the hits and have the Morata conversation, but he's still there. So it's one of those things where there's undoubted quality, and it's really interesting to get a good look at them against a strong opponent to see what they can bring to this tournament.
They've gone for, there's a Spanish word apparently, quadrilla. I can't speak Spanish, Lars, I'm sure you can. And this is a word that implies more than just friendship, but one for all and all for one unity, a band of brothers.
Like D'Artagnan.
Yeah, exactly, along those lines. Trying to go for very much the unity, we're all together as one. You know, I can't remember Spain being like that. Is this new for them, Lars?
Well, it's an interesting feature of this Spanish setup is that, of course, the coach, Luis de la Fuente, not a huge name manager. I'm assuming a lot of people won't have heard of him at all. And he's someone who hasn't coached at a super high club level, but he's been in charge of a lot of the youth teams in Spain before. Really. He was one of those sort of internal promotions when he was put in charge of the seniors, which means, even though he's not a big name with a huge pedigree, he has coached a lot of these players when they were younger. You know, he's had a lot of them come through with the youth teams and will know them very well and will know what type of guys they are, and I'm sure we'll have picked the team with a slight eye on, you know, who goes well together and trying to create that sort of unity, which can mean quite a lot in a tournament like this.
So Spain, Croatia in the same group as Italy and Albania, and you know, the jeopardy is slightly less because obviously 3 teams could go through a group, so you imagine Spain, Croatia, and Italy might go through, but that does mean that there's actually quite a lot of pressure on Italy, because in that context you have to beat Albania.
Albania becomes sort of the game you need to beat here, the team you need to beat here, and that's an interesting one, because Albania are actually not terrible. Albania are one of those teams, if they've been cursed by the footballing gods with the draw here, clearly. It's not a great look to be drawn into a group with Spain, Croatia and Italy. But Albania topped their qualifying group. They finished their qualifying group ahead of the Czech Republic, ahead of Poland. And I have a lot of players who have experience from Serie A in Italy. This is almost like a Serie A game. I mean, something like more than half the Albanian lineup play in Serie A, regularly play in Italy. So it's going to look a lot like a Serie A game, I would imagine. But there are a lot of guys here who have experience from that level and can do stuff. And I think if they're in a softer group, I'd be the hipster going, look out for Albania. Now, because of what group they're in, I'm not necessarily saying look out for Albania, but I am saying that Italy, Spain, and Croatia are not necessarily going to have an easy time against them. So this could be for an Italy team that has a lot of question marks hanging over them going into the tournament. This is not necessarily an easy one.
That led to a bit on Hungary Switzerland, and during that we can pick a player that we think is going to make a big difference in the game today.
You're a game changer on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. Start and grow your business with QuickBooks. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
Hold your horses, Lars. There's an Intuit QuickBooks bit of music before you tell us who to look forward to.
For sponsorship, but there are no better QuickBooks than Intuit.
100% agree.
No, the quickest of books. No, I'm just hyped for Hungary, Switzerland, Max. What can I say? You know it's the Euros. But I'm really, really looking forward to watching Hungary, Switzerland, or Poland's very excellent coverage on talkSPORT. If I have to go outside, but listen, this is one of those games that on paper it could be a bit niggly. Hungary are a surprisingly competitive team for people who don't follow sort of global football that carefully. They've only lost once in the last 20, I believe. Weirdly, that was in a recent friendly against Ireland. No one really saw that coming. But they're a team who are very difficult to beat. The England fans might remember from the Europa League and the Nations League of a couple of years ago when they beat England home and away. So they're not necessarily an easy team to get past, but they're often quite defensive, and they're coming up against a Switzerland team who keep qualifying for these tournaments and tend to get out of the group, but they're not the most exciting. And this is also not the most exciting edition of the not most exciting team, Switzerland. So this is one of those.
It's a boring Switzerland, the guy.
Yeah, against the often quite defensive Hungary. So this is one of those that on paper it might not be a thriller, which is why I am looking for an old hero of these tournaments. I'm looking to Xherdan Shaqiri.
Yes, the Shaqiri.
The Messi of the Alps, as he was once called. He is getting on a little bit. He's playing over in MLS, playing his club football for the Chicago Fire, where it's been a bit hit and miss. So obviously, if you're hit and miss in MLS, you're not at the peak of your powers. But he has a way of turning up in these games for Switzerland. And I think in what can be a bit of a niggly game, maybe some set pieces, maybe a penalty in there, I think Xherdan Shaqiri is the man who can liven it up and make it more exciting for us.
They might play for a draw and then take their chance against the groups whipping boys Scotland.
It's very provocative, Charlie. I actually think...
This is not drive time, Charlie.
You only need 4 points apparently to get through, so...
Well, yeah, 4 points could be enough for sure. But I just think that game yesterday, I think we'll see a very different Scotland team in the next 2 games against Hungary and Switzerland.
Okay, I think so. Quickly, Kylian Mbappe reported Kylian Mbappe's out of training as a fitness bug hits the France camp. Feels like a bit early. We really need this fitness bug around the semi-final, don't we, Lars?
They don't play till Monday. They can,
You gotta hold it. They're getting the fitness bug out early, is what they're doing. They're showing that sort of. It's just that kind of tournament class that you.
It's a bit like a chicken pox party, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get the France with the chicken pox in the group stages.
Everyone come and get it.
Kylian's got chicken pox. Come over.
Get the illness out of the way in the group stage, and then we're ready for the play. No, absolutely.
Exactly.
Hey, Lars, that's all we have time for. But thank you, pal.
Anytime, guys.
Good stuff. Lars Siverton brought to you with Intuit QuickBooks. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
You're a game changer on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. Start and grow your business with QuickBooks. Search QuickBooks to find out more. Euro Game Day warm-up on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. It's all about VAR, not VAT right now. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
Well, the wait is finally over. And watch this. The fans appear to be playing the free Coral Reward Shaker. The Germans are shaking with the efficiency we've come to expect. No fancy wrist work there. And they've won a free bet. Play the free Coral Reward Shaker to win guaranteed daily rewards and offers throughout the Euros. Coral, we're here for it.
18 plus UK. That's one reward or offer per player per day. Reward restrictions, requirements and T's and C's apply. Take time to think.
Put your 3 lines knowledge to the ultimate test with the all-new talkSPORT Football Trivia Board Game England Edition. Use your on-target trivia skills to take on all challenges and score the ultimate board game bragging rights just in time for the summer of football. Featuring hundreds of weird and wonderful questions about the England men's football team. The talkSPORT Football Trivia Board Game England Edition. Available online and in-store at Sports Direct and Game. Intuit QuickBooks. That's how you business differently. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
We're BetMGM, and we know how to put on a show. This is the European Championship, Vegas style. At BetMGM, we've got something for every football fan. Bet, build, act, Christmas price boost and daily special. Plus, new customers bet £10 and get £40 in free bets. Tournament football just got going. BetMGM, it's showtime.
New customers only. Wagering requirements and conditions apply. 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
And Lidl are about to freshen things up for the second half with pick of the week. It's 2 little gem lettuces up front for 55p and 5 oranges at the back for 99p.
That's a strong pick, Nick. Let's see if they can step up to the plate.
Lidl, official partner of You Win for Euro 2024 for fresh fruit and vegetables. Limited offer subject to availability, GB only.
Access big trade deals and other Travis perks only with a Travis Perkins trade account. Like 18mm Indian sandstone from $18.95 per square metre and outdoor porcelain tiles for $24.95 per square metre. Bit of a mouthful.
What? 18mm Indian sandstone from $18.95 per square metre and outdoor porcelain tiles for $24.95 per square metre?
Yeah.
Nah.
Travis Perkins, doing what matters for the trade. Prices X 20% back.
Discover more big trade deals at travisperkins.co.uk. Terms apply.
All right.
At NFU Mutual, we offer quality insurance for businesses of all sizes. Our experts understand the challenges you face, so we've developed quality insurance products to offer extensive business cover. It's no wonder over 95% of our business customers renew each year. For top quality business insurance, search NFU Mutual Business Insurance. NFU Mutual, closer to your business and closer to what matters.
G'day. Brad, it's Dan. I've just heard Foster's is launching a new shandy.
Yeah, it's Foster's Proper Shandy, a refreshing combination of the amber nectar and the lemony deliciousness.
Oh, there's nothing more Aussie than a proper combo, like the mullet. City out front, out back, out back.
Or the kangaroo, basically a deer mixed with a rabbit.
What about the meat pie? The sustenance of protein meets the temperature of molten lava.
New Foster's Proper Shandy. Give it a burl.
Please drink Foster's responsibly.
For more information, visit drinkaware.co.uk.
At Betfred, we want to support all our customers in keeping their gambling fun.
My nephew bets with his mates and they do their accas and everything together. In his WhatsApp group, they all know how much the bet is.
You can all keep an eye on each other that nobody's going silly like that.
Similar to us, but I actually go into a shop and we all spend the same. That's the rule.
Betting socially is just one of the ways that you can gamble safely.
What's you say to?
5.
5 for each.
Yeah. 25 years I've had that 5.
How do you keep it fun? Gamble safely with Betfred.
talkSPORT traffic. In the West Midlands, it's still looking very busy both ways on the M6 approaching junction 9 for Wednesbury and Walsall. Southbound is back to junction 10A for the M54, and on the northbound side it's queuing back to junction 8, and it's also causing a delay on the northbound side of the M5 coming from junction 1 at West Bromwich to join the northbound M6. In Buckinghamshire, it's busy both ways on the M40 approaching junction 4 for High Wycombe, and it's still queuing on the eastbound M40 in Berkshire approaching the closure between junction 12 for Theale and junction 11 for Reading. I'm Michael Page.
Trefes! Your way for Euro 2024 Germany.
Brilliant goal!
Tonight, from 8, uninterrupted, on-location commentary of Italy versus Albania.
He's done it again!
Sounds like samba, feels like football.
On talkSPORT.
Yeah! Euro Game Day preview on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. Enjoy more of the football with simple, smart accounting software that helps you business differently. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
Afternoon all, it is the warm-up on talkSPORT. Max and Charlie here until 1 and an Arsenal fan's been in touch saying I was a police officer in '93. I remember Kevin Campbell's mum and dad coming through the gate that I was guarding at the FA Cup final. Big jovial dad with a wide-brimmed straw hat. Mum was dressed to the nines, dad telling everyone that his son was Kevin Campbell. He was so proud. Still taking your calls to pay our respects, pay tribute to what a brilliant bloke Kevin Campbell, 03717 223344. In the meantime, let's look ahead to England tomorrow against Serbia. Tom Barkley, Sun Senior football writer, joins us. Hey, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Hey, chaps, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Look, we spent a lot of time talking about Kevin Campbell, what a brilliant bloke he was. We haven't spent any time really talking about England and what the midfield will be. In many ways, a relief not to have to talk about that, because I'd just rather wait and see what Gareth Southgate does. But what do you reckon's going to happen?
Yeah, I think it will be Trent Alexander-Arnold lining up alongside Declan Rice, if that's the sort of position you're talking about, and it's likely to be Saka on the right and Foden on the left. So I think there's a lot of reasons why you might pick Conor Gallagher, particularly back of the back of the Iceland performance, where Gareth afterwards talked about how his disappointment and how they were out of possession, which obviously talks to Connor's work off the ball, but it looks like Trent's going to be the man he goes with. And he played really well against Bosnia up at Newcastle last week. It's obviously a position that he's still getting to grips with, but as many people have pointed out, his passing range is second to none. So if anything, it seems like if he does play, which we expect him to, that suggests that England are going to go for it.
Yeah, and does that mean, because obviously we watched Tony Kroos last night, and Trent has that distribution, right? If he has the same, he's still learning that position compared to Tony Kroos. Or do you think Declan Rice plays a bit deeper? We've seen Rice be deeper with Kobbie Mainoo, but then you lose a bit of, you go from an expansive Rice, a pilaf, to just a sort of plain long grain Rice, don't you? If he sits.
I like it. Well, yeah, obviously Arsenal fans will have all Premier League fans will have watched how Rice this season has sort of adapted his game, and he's shown what a good player he can be going forward in more of a number 8 position. But we spoke to him just before we all left for Germany back at Tottenham Hotspur's training ground ahead of the Iceland game, and he was talking specifically about his position and how he plays a deeper role for England, and how he's very happy with it. He said with all the players he'd be playing alongside, whether it be Trent, whether it be Mainoo, Adam Wharton as well, and Connor, particularly Mainoo, Wharton and Alexander-Arnold, he would take a deeper role and let them sort of do their thing going forward. So he certainly expects to play in that more of a number 6 position for England. And yeah, if he didn't, I think it'd be a bit of a surprise.
We had Alan McNally on the H&J show yesterday, live from Glasgow, and he was saying it's absolutely key that England need to play a left-footed player at left back. He thinks that then, obviously Shaw is injured, and then he asked me, who do you think should play there? And I went, Alan, I don't know.
Cole Palmer?
Wharton, I said. Adam, moving back from midfield.
Is he left-footed?
He's left-footed, moving back from midfield. Obviously the wrong answer. What do you think's going to happen?
I like that left field choice. Adam Wharton is a very talented player, but I think we're all expecting Kieran Trippier to slot in at left back. So Alan McNally won't be too happy with that. He's obviously a right foot. Trippier, it's not an ideal situation. They obviously put a lot of stock in Luke Shaw. They've taken him. Gareth talked about it being the one calculated risk in his 26. Perhaps if he didn't have a worry with Luke Shaw and he was fit, then maybe Harry Maguire might have been that calculated risk in the squad. But he didn't feel like he could take 2, hence why Maguire was left out. And Luke Shaw, he considers to be by far and away our best left back, particularly the way he likes to build up play. So he's been given every chance to be fit, but he won't be involved in this game. It's the second game he might come into it. So yeah, Trippier is most likely to start at left back. He's done it many times for England. It's just the fact that his form hasn't been great, for Newcastle since around sort of December time. And he also had a sort of injury for quite a while, and he had that not particularly ideal trip to Australia for the Spurs-Newcastle game after the season. So fingers crossed he can sort of get back that form, because we know what an excellent player he is, and and how well he's slotted in out of position for England in the past.
Saka and Foden's obviously, along with Kane, is a wonderful forward line. I'm just trying to envisage it. It's 0-0 after 78 minutes, and then it cuts to the bench. And I don't know, Jared Bowen is coming on, and people yelling at big screens. Oh, not Bowen! I'm just going to have who are the difference makers? Because it is really exciting when you think of Palmer could make a difference. Eze, Bowen, I've forgotten probably half of them, but who do you think?
Anthony Gordon.
Yes, Anthony Gordon as well. Who do you think Gareth will turn to if it's not going right for those? Yeah.
You'd think Cole Palmer would be his first choice, wouldn't you? I mean, I suppose because he's had obviously a fantastic season, and he's just got that ability to go past any player. He doesn't seem to be overawed at all. There's a reason they nicknamed him Cole Palmer. He's ice cool, particularly when taking penalties, obviously, but just on the pitch, his whole demeanour, he's never been overawed by anything. But I mean, I think Anthony Gordon, is pushing for a start, let alone off the bench. But I don't think he will start this game. But he's played so well for Newcastle, and crucially, I think he offers something a bit different to the rest of the wide players. I mean, Bukayo Saka maybe a bit similar in terms of being more of a winger traditionally than Foden, and he's obviously an absolutely wonderful player. But that ability to sort of run in behind. Gordon and perhaps Bowen have that, and you can't just constantly have players who just want to get on the ball. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gordon was the man they turned to along with Palmer if they were looking to change something.
He must rate them, because he's not bought geek. brought Grealish and he's not brought Maddison, who are two players that can unlock a defence, and have got a trick in them. So I think he must be thinking of playing them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he talked up particularly Gordon and Bowen's influence during one of the many times we've spoken to him over the last sort of month or so about the impact they've made in training, the enthusiasm they bring and the work rate they bring, really sort of driving levels. So he clearly sort of rates them a lot. They both had wonderful seasons in their own right at West Ham and Newcastle. But yeah, I mean, whatever happens, if it doesn't go well, we're going to look back and there'll be question marks over whether he made the right choice. That's the role of the England manager, and the fact that we've got so many options. I mean, personally, I was slightly surprised about Grealish. He's obviously had not a great season by his own admission.
So are half the people who are advertising on television and and in newspapers.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it's about that Iceland game was obviously quite worrying. It's just a friendly, so hopefully when the real stuff starts, they'll kick back into gear. But I thought, as much as a fantastic player Gordon and Palmer were, I was a little concerned about the lack of click, I suppose, with Harry Kane, who's obviously, along with Bellingham, our best and most important attacking player. So with Grealish, personally, in the past, I feel like he's had a bit more of a dovetailing with Kane. But that's not to say, it's a one-off game. Who's to say that when it comes to the bigger game on Sunday, that Foden and Saka either side of Kane might, blow them away, because we know what fantastic players they are.
Tom, thanks for coming on, pal.
Thank you, Tom.
No worries, guys.
Tom Buckley there, Sun Senior Football Writer. The key is, and I say this to myself more than anyone else, patience.
Yes.
Right? And also, if Bellingham isn't having the best game in the world, you can take him off. It's okay, and put Foden in there, and that doesn't mean Bellingham's useless. That's how it's just a bit of patience. If it's not working for Saka, if it's not working for Kane, if there are players there, just let's all relax. I'm telling myself.
Selfishly, I'm going to the England-Slovenia game in Cologne.
And you want
the third game.
Right, you want something on it. Okay. So you want a one-all draw for this?
No, I'm just being very selfish.
Okay,
Obviously, I want us to have 6 points and be through, but
Colin says play Saka left back. He's played there before. Oh, that would be attacking, wouldn't it? Saka at left back. I'm in. Anyway, that was all thanks to Intuit QuickBooks. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
Euro Game Day preview on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. Enjoy more of the football with simple, smart accounting software that helps you business differently. Search QuickBooks to find out more. Euro Game Day warm-up on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. Enjoy more of the football with simple, smart accounting software that helps you business differently. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
A Mexican wave. It travels at the speed of a gold medal sprinter. Around the world's biggest grounds in under a minute. And produces enough energy to power a stadium's lights. It's a movement so colossal, it can turn the tide of a game. So next time a wave comes your way, join in. Ladbrokes, bring your wave. 18 plus, take time to think.
Imagine, it's Saturday. 1 minute you're lying on the sofa, horizontal, in your pyjamas, trying to guess which celeb is dressed up as a singing chicken, eyeing up the last sweet and sour pork ball. And the next, corn crackers, you're a millionaire. Lotto, will you be next? Play on app, the National Lottery. Account terms, rules and procedures apply. Players must be 18 or over.
Still listening? You belong here. Army, recruiting now. Search Army jobs.
Getting a car is all about choices. At Lookers, you choose from over 30 manufacturers and over 6,000 vehicles online. Choose to buy completely online or completely in person, or even a mixture of both. It's up to you. Choose to collect in-store or have it delivered to your door. Whatever you want, however you want it, you choose. Lookers, a good deal, better. Visit lookers.co.uk.
Other supermarkets say they're matching Aldi. But were they Good Housekeeping readers' favourite supermarket for 2023?
Can't match this.
How about Quality Food Awards Retailer of the Year 2023?
You can't match this.
Or which cheapest supermarket 3 years running?
You can't match this.
There's only one supermarket where every price is an Aldi price. For more, visit aldi.co.uk/awards.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Booking geniuses. Get up to 5 gigs of free mobile data for your holiday when you book with On
this time Facebook and a face full of patatas bravas. On the beach, hoop like a genius, holiday like a fool.
Conditions and exclusions apply. ATO protected.
On the beach. Pothole, got it. Pothole, got it. Thanks. Oh. He just went through a massive pothole.
Hold on just a moment. Yeah, I can see that's all done, and your car is ready for you.
With Direct Line car insurance, whether you've hit a pothole or bumped into a bollard, we'll get you from problem to solution as quickly as possible. Direct Line, we're on it.
With comprehensive cover, excess applies. Car insurance underwritten by UK Insurance Limited.
Satisfy your appetite for a truly mouth-watering tournament of football. Euro Game Day Live, delivered by talkSPORT with Burger King. Post-match action doesn't get any tastier than a Gourmet King's Barbecue Steakhouse Angus Burger. The unbeatable partnership of a flame-grilled burger and crispy fries. And every epic winner tastes better with a classic Whopper.
Brilliant goal!
Euro Game Day Live, delivered by talkSPORT with Burger King. Total food satisfaction delivered to your door. That's food filming.
talkSPORT News.
We'll go back to your calls, reflecting on the life of Kevin Campbell in just a second. We'll hear from former teammates as well, John Hartson and Chris Kirtland, amongst others. Right now, let's get the news headlines from Tom Clayton.
Thanks, thank you. Good afternoon. Kevin Campbell has been remembered as a giant of a man. After news, he's passed away aged 54. Arsenal say he was adored by everyone at the club. Everton say he was an incredible person too. We'll continue to pay tribute throughout the rest of the day. Elsewhere today, Sir Keir Starmer says the voters will decide who the leader of the opposition is, not Nigel Farage. The Labour leaders hit out at the Reform leaders' comments this week, insisting the only two candidates for Prime Minister are he and Rishi Sunak. And Princess Kate is making her first appearance of the year after her cancer diagnosis. She's appearing alongside the royal family for King Charles' birthday celebrations.
Talk Sport.
Well, we'll continue to pay tribute throughout the afternoon here on talkSPORT to both Kevin Campbell and Matthias Sarkic. A reminder, all three of today's games at the Euros are live here on talkSPORT. I'll have more of one.
The time has come for Southgate's men to put idle talk aside and prove their worth on Europe's stage. Immortality, the prize. Last time we almost brought it home. So close and yet so far. But should we fail, we shall not fail when we face Serbia. Brilliant goal!
Uninterrupted, on-location commentary of Serbia versus England. Tomorrow night from 8.
He's done it again!
On talkSPORT. Official broadcaster of UEFA Euro 2024, Germany.
I actually wrote a column in The Guardian, it's in the paper today.
I read it, it's very good, Max. Is that what you were just saying?
No,
it is very good.
No, it's just more like, as an England fan, obviously you've got Serbia tomorrow, and when you actually go through your life, right, and you know, I just hear like England fans can the men's team just once in my lifetime, right? You know, the Lionesses, it was once in my lifetime can the men's team do it, and then you go back through, you know, sort of, you know, as you grow up, right? And you go through like where you were for each of these defeats, for each of these tournaments, and like the difference between wanting to go to that bar, wanting to be in a box park, wanting to get showered in beer, going to, I just want to watch it on my own, to, you know, I've got a child and I can't actually make any noise because you know, when Harry Kane scored, because you know, there's a sleeping baby, that's more important. Just, you know, that happened just a biennial disappointment. Biennial night of disappointment, and there'll probably be another one. You never know. You never know. Let's go back to the calls on Kevin Campbell. Sadly died at the age of 54. It's no age, and I've said that already today, but it's true. And we knew him here at talkSPORT. He's a wonderful guy. Brendan's an Everton fan. Hey, Brendan.
Hey guys, how are we doing? Okay?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks for getting in touch.
Yeah, sad day. What a player. What a person. Just a vibrant personality, wasn't he? I remember watching an FA Cup youth replay to Alexander at Arsenal. I think it was 88 when I first seen him, and God, he was a different level, guys. He was just so much stronger, so much more powerful. You know, he was leaps and bounds ahead of the other guys. You know, Rob Jones, he went on to play for Liverpool, played in that crew team, and you know, he tore strips off him that night. He was just a different level altogether. You know, he was so strong. He was so more advanced. You know, I think he's just one of these kids that probably grew a beard at 7. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, and technically great footballer as well, right? You know, like that cliche of a good touch for a big man, but it's so true with him.
Yeah, he just that night, you know, when you see a player and you just say, wow, you know, and he was Max. He was just a different standard. He was just a different class. You know, his movement, his speed, his vision, everything. He was just leaps and bounds ahead of them, you know. When he come to Everton, obviously, then, you know, he scored them 9 goals that kept us up, you know what I mean? And then, you know, he took Everton to his heart. You know, he was a South London boy. He was a massive Arsenal fan, but he fell in love with Everton. Evertonians fell in love with him. And, you know, then later on in life, when you seen him on the TV and all that, you know, like we've been talking about, you know, with his dicky bow ties, he was just a lovely, vibrant character. Do you know what I mean? He was always smiling. He was, you know, he's a sort of bloke that would light a room up, you know, when he walked into a room, you know, and it's such a sad day.
Yeah, absolutely is. Well said, Brendan. Joe's an Evertonian as well. Hey, Joe.
Hey, okay.
Yeah, not too bad. Really sad day. Such a lovely bloke.
Yeah, great fella. I mean, I remember one time, my eldest lad, he's like in his 30s now, got his own kid, and still 10 years ago, had a great day, went out in the morning, had breakfast with our Kendall, and then went to match, and I remember we beat Villa, and I was blooded by this time, to be fair. Went home, and my lad had gone into town with his mate Bowden, and the phone rang, you know, I've got someone who wants to say happy birthday to you. And Kev comes on the phone singing happy birthday on the phone to me.
Wow.
And I was like, I was still a bit drunk. I was saying, like, Super Kev and Campbell. I was like, I don't believe you. I thought, my lads like took a picture, like, sent it across to me and everything else. And I was brilliant. And when he was down the ground, like the wings on the brick, and he never walked past anyone. Never said no to nothing. He was just there, great fella. And that 99 season when we got him on loan from talkSPORT, just great. Kept us up single-handedly, basically. A little bit about him before he checked us, but yeah, he was a brilliant fella. He badly missed.
Yeah, wonderful words, lovely story. Peter's an Arsenal fan. Hi, Peter.
Hello, lads. You alright?
Yeah, not too bad.
Nice. Yeah, so just sad news about Kev Campbell.
Yeah.
Just wanted to tell a story about meeting him once up in Liverpool.
Okay.
And so we started talking and all this, and on the evening, I hadn't taken my phone out with me. He said, "Oh, take my number, we'll meet up whenever you're in Liverpool." I said, "I haven't got my phone, Kev." So he goes, "Oh, what's your number? I'll phone you." So he's dropped me a message, and all the way home with me, I'm saying to me mate, "Oh, do you reckon he's text? And he did. So anyway, we ended up started talking and all sorts of stuff like that since then and onwards, and this is going back 6 years now. And then several occasions Arsenal have been playing, been in a pub full of Arsenal fans. I'll ring him up and he'll go, I'll say, Kev, people that wanted to talk to you. And I'll give me phone around the pub. 20 minutes later, he comes back and he's just been talking to everybody in the old Buddha.
Amazing.
It's like the time he had for his fans,
yeah,
for teammates, whatever club he went to, unbelievable fella.
Yeah. To give that positive energy out and to give that what is love out, because he would get that back. What a good man, Peter.
Great image,
what a great image.
It's the Kevin Campbell half hour. He's just passing the phone around. Anyone want with Kev? Yeah, all right, you do. Yeah, why not? Let's talk to John Hartson. Thank you, Peter. Lovely call. Let's talk to John Hartson. How are you, John?
Hello, John.
I'm good, thank you, lads.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to work out like how you came to Arsenal in
timeline,
in '95, just when Kev, did you cross? You must have crossed over a bit, right, with Kev.
Yeah, I think when I arrived at Arsenal, I was just 19, so I was a baby really at that time, and I remember Kev still being there, and Kev was great with me. You know, there were some big players, big characters at Arsenal at that time, and Kevin was great. You know, he would talk to me in the cafeteria over a cup of tea, and then he would introduce me to all the players and just help me sort of mix in with the group, and he didn't have to do that. But yeah, it's so sad. The world can be cruel at times, and to take a great man like Kevin at just 54, so such an infectious character, always had a smile on his face. I've never ever heard anybody say a bad word about Kevin Campbell. He genuinely was a really good fella.
Yeah, and I've said this before today, and I really believe it, right? And I sort of think it, but within football, when we talk about, people good in the dressing room, we don't ever really talk about kindness, right? But it seems to be the most important thing we can be, and he just exuded that.
Yeah, I think kindness, that kind act can not just in football, you know, it's just general life. You know, if I hear people say all the time, be kind, you know, be kind to people. Just go out of your way to say good morning or shake someone's hand and things like this. And as I said, Kevin had time for everybody, and you know, everybody loved him. It's easy saying that now because, you know, bless him, he's passed. But genuinely, you know, I'm listening to the other callers and the kind words and, you know, the tributes people are paying to Kevin. And it's true. It really is true. And it's there's a real meaning to what people are saying about him. And genuinely, you know, he'll be sorely missed. And, you know, my thoughts go out to his immediate family and his close friends. But I'm sure as well all the supporters and the clubs that he played for, you know, will be, you know, Kevin will be sorely missed because he left his mark. You know, he left his mark on Arsenal, certainly on Everton, and then he went to West Brom, and you know, he helped save West Brom from relegation under Brian Robson. And he's just a really good guy. He plays for Notts Forest, and irrespective of his football career, he was just a nice man, you know.
That seems to be a recurring theme, actually, is he goes into a club and he brings that positive, as a player, brings that positivity. And, you know, we've got Leyton Orient fans saying when he was there at 19, it was the best loan signing they'd ever had. And you've got the stories, you know, of Everton fans saying he kept us up, West Brom fans saying the same thing. Wherever he went, he seemed to take that positivity that he had, obviously, off the pitch, onto the pitch with great effect.
Yeah, and he was a really good player. You know, he was a very good footballer. Kevin. He was very strong. He was quick. He could take the ball in. You know, he could be strong, sort of with his back to goal, and he scored an awful lot of goals in his career. One of the memories I can think back about Kevin was when I first went to Arsenal. You know, him and Wrighty together, they were fantastic for a period. You know, their celebrations and everything else. And Ian Wright, again, very infectious, and Kevin. And when you watch them play together, they just looked as if they just, you know, they were playing in the field somewhere, you know, in the local park, because they enjoyed it so much. They seemed to be really good friends, and their celebrations and everything else. And that's what I can remember of Kevin. When he scored, you know, that smile, that big smile, you know, the feeling that he made so many people happy. You know, I've never seen Kevin sort of not smiling. You know, every time you saw him, whether he was on Sky Sports, whether he was on the side of a football pitch doing some commentary, he always had a smile, you know, and he made other people happy around him as well.
Lovely stuff, John. Thanks for coming on,
John.
pal. Appreciate
Okay,
it, mate. Hope you're doing okay.
Cheers.
Yeah. John Hartson there, who played with Arsenal. Gareth says Kevin Campbell joined Jason Cundy on the Sports Bar a while back, as well as chatting about football. They were just singing along to 80s songs. So funny. We should do that.
Yeah,
I'll happily do that.
Yeah,
Clearly having a laugh and sharing his knowledge as well. Look, we've you know, we've got 10 minutes left of the show, and we'll carry on taking your calls about Kevin Campbell.
Euro Game Day warm-up on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. It's all about the overhead kicks, not overhead costs right now. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 50% more on every England game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick off. Bet Builder, the 3+ selections of 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, match stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
While gazing into your co-worker's eyes is not appropriate. Taking a bite of a Twister wrap while gazing into your co-worker's eyes is totally appropriate. So be a good workmate and get yourself a KFC lunch meal deal from just $5.49. It's workplace appropriate for when finger licking is not. Weekdays until 3 p.m. In-store at participating restaurants only. See kfc.co.uk for full T's and C's.
Orbital cosmic tomcattery.
Ocular credence chronology.
Operatic consonant thrombonery.
I've got it.
Ocular comprehensive totalmography.
I haven't got it. What is it anyway?
Optical coherence tomography, an advanced eye health scan that can help spot sight conditions early.
At Specsavers, we think it's so important we're providing it nationwide.
Octopus coherence. I've got the giggles now.
Not everyone can say it, but everyone can have it. Add it to your eye test for an additional charge. Check your local store for availability and price.
Do you belong here? Next to me on an anti-poaching operation. 2 days drive from anywhere. What's your gut say? Want to change the radio station?
Worries, will they?
In sport this week.
Or jump in and keep us company? Still listening? You belong here. Army. Recruiting now. Search Army Jobs.
You could skydive out of a plane or swim with sharks. You might even skin it in icy cold waters. Or you could get that inexpressible high, that guaranteed rush from finding just the thing you wanted, the thing you needed, at a great sale price. IKEA Summer Sale, now on. IKEA, the wonderful everyday.
This tournament, prepare for greatness with William Hill. Get ready for last-minute winners, legendary goals, and straight red cards. Oh, what was he thinking? Win 50% more on every England game this tournament with Bet Builder Extra, online or in the app. Only from William Hill. Available day before match to kick-off. Bet Builder with 3+ selections at 3-1 or more. Pre-match singles, max stake £20. Full T's and C's apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
talkSPORT traffic.
In Greater Manchester on the M60 anti-clockwise, 2 lanes remain closed because of a shed load between junction 22 for Fellsworth and 21 for Hollingwood, and the exit at junction 21 anti-clockwise is also still closed. In West Yorkshire on the M62 eastbound, debris means there's a lane closed at junction 26 for Chain Bar, which is causing a delay. And in Kent, it's queuing on the M20 coastbound approaching junction 13 for Folkestone, with the Round Hill tunnels closed because of power supply problems. The queue's back to junction 12. I'm Michael Page.
talkSPORT, licensed broadcaster of UEFA Euro 2024 Germany. From the group stage to the final in Berlin. The delightful finish. Euro Game Day warm-up with Lex Rushton and Charlie Baker on talkSPORT. Let us.
Commentary of Switzerland-Hungary after us. Danny Kelly, your host for that game. Commentary of all the games as well. Spain, Croatia, Italy, Albania as well on day 2 of Euro 2024. We're going to finish the show talking about Kevin Campbell. Sad news. Broke shortly into our show that he passed away at the age of 54. Chris Kirkland played with him at West Brom and joins us now. Hey, Chris. Hello, Chris.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Look, we've heard from so many former teammates about just how amazing he was in the dressing room and just how he brought everyone together. Is that your experience?
It is, yeah. Listen, everything you've heard today, I'm just listening to Alan Myers now on Sky Sports as well, who spoke wonderfully about Kev. And everything you're hearing about him, everything everyone's saying, it's all true. I went there in 2005, I was still quite young, and as soon as I walked in the dressing room, it was the first, in fact, I didn't even get in the building. He was the first one to meet us. Just said, listen, just settle in, you'll be fine. Anything you need, come and see us. And he just had that respect of everyone. Whenever Kev spoke or whenever he said something, everybody listened and respected what he said, and he treated everybody the same, whether it was the footballers or more importantly the people at the ground, at the staff, at the training ground, all the other people. He treated everybody exactly the same, and I've heard it many times today. His smile and his personality just lit up a room, and as soon as you're in his company, you just felt just one of them people that just made you feel. He just made you feel better.
And the impact that one person can have on, dressing rooms are funny places, right? And the impact that one person can have in positivity is huge.
There is, and I've worked with a lot of captains and been in a lot of dressing rooms, but he just had this way of pulling everyone together. And like I said, when he spoke, and all the time, whenever he spoke, it was spot on, it was true. But everybody listened and everybody shut up. Sometimes in dressing rooms you get people still talking in the corners and stuff. But when Kev spoke, everyone was silent and listened to his every word because they knew what he was saying was true, and they knew what he was saying was for the best of the team and the best of the dressing room. So yeah, we've lost a wonderful man, a brilliant player, but more importantly, a wonderful man.
And to be like that actually must come from a place of massive confidence in yourself, in a dog-eat-dog ambitious world that football is, and in a football dressing room, to be like that, but to also offer that care and thought to other players as well. You must have confidence in yourself.
Yeah, he did. But listen, he was never flashy. He was never brash. He was just Kev. He was just, as I said, everything you've heard today and will hear over the next, how many days and hopefully weeks and weeks about Kevin, his legacy lasting years and years, because, people want to take note and listen to what people are saying about him, future footballers coming through, future captains, people in charge of clubs. You want somebody like Kevin Campbell at your football club, and you want somebody like him in your dressing room and leading your team, because he's just, as I said, I can't speak highly of him. Listen, I knew him back then, and he's kept in touch. He's messaged me. I've gone through the bad times myself, and that's what he's like. He's there for you when you need him, but he won't be, shouting and being on TV and everything about it. He just goes around himself quietly, but you know that he's there for you, and so I can't speak highly of him. I know there's a lot of people today that will be absolutely devastated and won't be able to take the news in, because that's how much he meant to so many people.
Thanks, Chris. Lovely words. Be well, mate. Thank you, pal.
Take care.
And it's interesting, isn't it, that because we've got 2 Spurs fans calling now, and like tribalism is big in football, but it's really interesting that they're going to pay their respects as well. Richard is a Spurs fan. Hey, Richard.
Hi guys, how we doing?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good afternoon. I think you hit the nail on the head. Being an avid Spurs fan, and you get to hear the sort of news, especially when it's associated with a similar age demographic as yourself. It's a tough one, man. And so I was many years ago. I was an apprentice at Spurs as a YTS, and I was fortunate enough we played against each other in an FA Youth Cup game, obviously a number of years ago. And if I told you there was a ball there to be wide, it was probably 20% in my favour.
Yeah.
And obviously to say I came out second best in that one. I mean, if I told you he shoulder barged me, and he probably put me, I don't know, 30 yards on my backside and went flying. He probably done me a favour. At that stage, I probably realised that football was probably not going to be well. And so I probably owe him a drink, and I'll toast one later for him. But look, gentle giant, and obviously as a young lad, you could see what's required in terms of the design and work rate on and off the pitch to go and make yourself a name in the game. And off the pitch, clearly he was a gentleman, but on it he was. He was as strong as an ox, tough guy, powerful, aggressive, and obviously other attributes to his game. But yeah, it's a big loss, that one. And being similar age groups, it just sort of
hits hard.
Puts life into perspective.
Yeah, maybe there's a part of it that there's that. Maybe that's why it's hit us a bit hard today. It is somebody's your own age and from your sort of glory days. And so it's that's tough.
Yeah, thank you, Richard. Appreciate it. Paul is a Tottenham fan as well. Hey, Paul.
Hi, are you okay?
Yeah, good. Sad day, isn't it?
Very sad. It's just, I'll put the point across that you've come across so well, the callers doing so well, and the sport teach me, I was putting the same bill as when you reported that Ray Butcher-Wilkins passed away. And you come across so brilliantly, and Gareth and Goldstein had a debate last week about legends of the game, and these two are proper legends of the game. And they will be it's not what they do on the pitch, it's what they do off the pitch.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
See you choked up, Paul. Just want to get through as many calls as we can before the show ends.
Thanks for your call, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Luke is a gunner. Hey, Luke, how are you?
Hiya, James. Just a quick one. I met Kevin Campbell twice in my early teens, and his surname, similar to mine, E-double-L.
Yeah.
And his signature autograph looked so cool, I copied it.
You still got it?
I'm 46 now, I'm still doing it.
That's an influencer, he's an influencer.
It wasn't the trickiest of autographs, and I signed my daughter's home diary once, and my missus got called up into school and said, look, George's homework is brilliant, but there's no need for her to copy your signature. My missus went, no, it's down to Luke, it's a long story.
His signature will live on. Lovely, Luke. Let's finish with Masood, who's an Arsenal fan. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, Masood. How are you doing? You okay?
Hi, Matt. Hi, Charlie. I'm a first-time caller. I listen to your show every single week and love you guys. I'm an Arsenal fan, like I said, my bloke from Nigeria. I was just coming back and listening to radio, and I heard one of the callers break down, and literally it reminded me of my dad who died during COVID. He was just a lovely man, and Kevin Campbell, I listened to him on talkSPORT and Sky Sport. I'm literally breaking down right now because he's such a lovely man. I've never met him, I've never seen him play, but obviously I've heard him talk, and he is absolutely brilliant. And yeah, may he rest in peace.
I'm sorry about your dad, Food. And thanks for coming on. He had that energy, right? You know, I don't know how old you are, you don't sound old enough to have seen him play, right? But just to hear him talk about the game and come on with such energy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm 36, but obviously I've never seen him play. I started supporting Arsenal during the late 90s, but obviously I know he's an Arsenal fan. He used to play for Arsenal, and I'm an avid Arsenal fan. But yeah, it just brings back memories, and yeah, may he rest in peace.
Thank you, Mr. It's a perfect way to end the show. Thanks to all the calls, because like without them, not easy to do this show.
talkSPORT is nothing without its listeners, you know, and people. It's very nice when people want to share with us, isn't it, Max?
Totally, and not an easy job for the team behind the glass. I don't often praise them because frankly we do most of the work on this show. They barely turn up, but today, like, it's very, very difficult that to phone Kevin Campbell's friends and say what's happened and then ask them to come on the radio. So to the guests who came on, you know, you could hear how choked Perry was right at the start of the show, to all his ex-teammates, to the callers as well, right, who totally make the show, the people who messaged in and tweeted in and called us. And thank you, Charlie. It's always easier when you've got a mate next to you to do this. Sad news about Kevin Campbell. I just hope that we have done him a tiny bit of justice, because we all knew him and he was a lovely, lovely man. Danny Kelly will be next.
Euro Game Day warm-up on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. Start and grow your business with QuickBooks. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
We're BetMGM, and we know how to put on a show. This is the European Championship, Vegas style. At BetMGM, we've got something for every football fan. Bet builders, actors, price boost, and daily specials. Plus, new customers bet £10 and get